guys, welcome back to my YouTube space. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now for those of you that are new, my name is Pilela and welcome to my channel. So in today's video I'm doing a few hairstyles that you can do with your weave for spring, because I know us weave wearers, we can get stuck in a rut as to how to style our weave. So I'm gonna attempt to do a few hairstyles out of this weave. So I've only just glued down my frontal and I have used this Eco Styling Professional gel. I got this from Clicks. I think it was 100 rand or something. So yeah, so I just have my hair just glued. There's nothing done to it. There's a mirror behind the camera, so if I keep on peeking the side, just know I'm trying to look at myself properly. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. If you want to see how we achieve these hairstyles, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna comb through my hair and I'll insert the inspiration picture here so that you can see what kind of look I'm going for. So yeah, I usually comb my hair. I don't like to brush it. I feel like it sheds so much more when you brush it. So I just like to use a comb, and I'm just gonna do a side part. Disclaimer guys, my nose is very runny, so please excuse me if I keep on sniffing my nose. I don't know why this happens, because I'm not sick or anything, but yeah. I want to do a side part swoosh type of thing. So I'm just gonna try to bring this hair as front as I possibly can. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna section the hair into 2 pieces. So because I want this to come forward, I'm going to do it separately. I'm just going to pin it like so that it doesn't get in the way. And then the rest of the hair, I'm going to be combing it back. Now I'm going to try to make sure that all the hair is as smooth as possible and as flat as possible, because this look is supposed to look super flat. So it looks pretty flat. Now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to tie this hair. So I've tied it with a single hair tie. I think I'll go in with another one again just to make sure it's as tight as possible. Thereafter, I'm going to use some of this Eco Styling gel to I just have a little bit to make sure there are no flyaways, because the whole point of this look is to look as sleek as possible. Now I'm going to use a pin to secure any hairs that I feel like could potentially fly away or are not in place. So now I'm going to take this part of the hair and bring it as front as possible. I'm going to take another hair tie to tie all of this hair together. Okay, so right now it's not perfect at all, so I'm going to try and comb it to be the way I want it to look. I'm using some of the styling gel to lay all of this down. I'm also going to fix this hair right here. Now what I'm going to do to complete this look is to section out. Let me just fix this hair. So I'm going to take a small section of hair like so and then tie it around so that it hides all of the hair ties. And then I'm going to use a pin to secure the hair. Use this hairspray to make sure that the hair stays shiny and flat. So this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. I think it's very cute, and I think also if you want to look chic and you have more of a dressed up outfit, this can definitely complete your whole look. I really like it. I think I'm just having problems with my baby hairs because they're going in a different direction to the hair. But anyway, now we're gonna move on to now the second hairstyle that I'm gonna do is my personal favorite, which is a top bun. Now I really like this hairstyle because I feel like it just makes me look so cute. It makes my weave look so good, and everyone always wonders how I do it. So I'm gonna show you guys. Now because my wig is slightly big for my head, it's a bit tricky, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. And some of the things I'm gonna need, it's this thing, I don't know what you call this. Is it a pin? I don't know. And this and a bunch of hair ties. So first thing I do is that the back, the back of my weave, this part, I take these pin things and pin them and pin the wig against my wig cap, because I wear a wig cap underneath my wig. This is to make sure that the wig doesn't move while I'm combing it, because that can happen because it's not glued all around, it's just glued in the front. So this is gonna act as an adhesive, if that makes sense, to make sure that my wig stays in my head, and then I'm gonna take them out once I'm done with the hairstyle. So let me just turn around, hopefully you'll be able to see this. So I take this. So this is my wig cap right here. So I make sure that when I pin this, my actual wig and the wig cap are pinned together. And I do this all around. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm gonna comb all of my hair backwards. And if you've glued your wig down, when you combing it and styling it, just always make sure that you're holding the closure so that it doesn't lift. But even if it does lift, it's never really a problem because my baby hairs will still stay in place, if that makes sense. So most of my hair is going backwards now. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna section off my hair into 2 parts. So I do the frontal separately, which is like this whole part here, and then I do the rest of the hair separate. Mainly because if I do it all together, some parts don't get combed through. So I usually start with the hair at the back and just make sure that goes as high as I want it, and then afterwards I'll deal with the front. Hope that makes sense. So I'm just gonna kneel down because it's always better if you comb your hair like this so that your pony is as high as you want it to be. So this whole part is my frontal, this hair, it's the frontal, and then this part that I've had tied up here is the rest of the hair that's in bundles. So I'm just making sure that I comb it out and it's smooth and that there are no bumps. So I can usually feel it as to how smooth or unsmooth it is. I'm satisfied with this. I'm just gonna take a hair tie and tie this up. So now that that's done, I'm going to comb the frontal part. Now you always want to be gentle with your frontal, like I said, because you don't want it to be lifted, especially for this hairstyle. So take your time when you're doing it. So I've combed my frontal, and as you can see the wig has lifted up here, but that's not a problem, I can fix it. The rest of the hair seems to be relatively smooth and I'm happy with how it looks. So as you can see, so I'm going to take a hair tie and tie the frontal hair with the hair that I've already tied from the rest of the hair. So that's pretty high. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to make sure that these parts on the side, like this side and this side, is glued down again. So I'm going to use my Eco Styling gel, and I just use a tiny amount, and I'm going to put it there and just do it like so, and on this side also. Next thing I'm going to use is, I have this head wrap thing, I don't know what you call it, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it here to make sure that the hair is set, like the frontal part and the back part is all set. Like, since I have these flyaways, oh my god, since I have these flyaways, I'm going to brush them up, brush the rest of the hair up to make sure that all the hairs are going in one direction, and then I'm going to put this on to set everything. I hope that makes sense. So what I do is I take a tiny amount and I just try to sleek my hair all back. Now when I do this, I make sure that this is as tight as possible. If it's not as tight as I want it to be, I'm just going to use a pin. Yeah. So in the meantime, all the hair will be laid, if that makes sense. So in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating a bun for this top part. So what I'll do is I'll comb the hair outwards so that it spreads in every direction. And then I'm going to be using small black pins to pin the hair. So what I do is I take one section at a time. So for instance, I'll take this part of the hair and just go around and tuck it under all of this hair. Also to make sure that I'm gentle with the hair so that it doesn't look flat. So the one part is going to look like that, and I'm going to continue with the rest of the hair. Apparently my camera had stopped recording. I don't know why, and I don't know where it stopped. But anyway, I've just been trying to put the hair up in a bun, and I've been using pins to pin up the hair. So I'm gonna adjust my bun until it's the way I want it to be, making sure that I put pins wherever I need to so that there are no gaps in between the hair. So once I'm done, I'm gonna take a hair tie and just go over the bun. If you have a bigger hair tie like a scrunchie, you could also do that. And I'm gonna take this off to see how my hair looks. Okay, so I'm relatively happy with my bun. Now I'm gonna take out all of these pins that are all around the back, because when I take them out, the hair will be laid and will be fine. Okay, so all the pins are out now, and I'm just using these black hair pins if I feel like some parts are not as flat as I want them to be, or if they just are looking loose. So you can do this to adjust your hair as to how you want it. I personally like the bun to be a little bit messy, so yeah. I hope you guys like this, because this is my favorite updo bun ever in the whole world. So yeah, let's get into our third. So the final hairstyle that I'm going to attempt for the very first time, because I've never done this but I've always wanted to do it, it's inspired by Ariana Grande. It's one of her signature hairstyle, which is the half up half down look, and I'm gonna be using some hot tools. So I have this curling iron that I've used before in my previous video. I also have a straightener, so I'm trying to do like loose wave, not strong curls. So yeah, so those are the tools that I'm going to be using. Now the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to comb my hair, smooth it out, and then section off like the top part and tie it up and try to just do it like how she does it. So yeah, let's get started. Now my frontal is pretty much lifted almost all the way, but I'll fix it after I've tied up the hair. Now I just want to make sure that the line is straight. So I'm first gonna comb out this hair so that it doesn't get in the way. Make sure that this is as flat as possible. Next thing that I'm gonna do is wave my hair just a little bit because I don't want it to be completely straight. And I'm first gonna try it out with this just to see if I can't make any waves. Yeah, so I just want loose waves like so, and I'm gonna be doing it with this straightener. Curled most of my hair, it just looks really wavy. There isn't any defined curls. So the next thing that you definitely want to do is want to lay the frontal because it has shifted so much. So you want to make sure that that is laid as much as you possibly can, especially for this hairstyle, because it will look crazy if your hair is busy flying. Okay, and now we need to smooth this part out because this is supposed to be really flat, but I think because my wig is not sewed on, it's not going to be as flat as I want it to be. And then you just want the hair to be as wavy as possible. Now what you can do with this part is that you can do like a little bun like this. I think it looks pretty cute. Just gonna put another hair tie over. Okay, so yeah, completed with some hairspray. And you definitely want volume for this hair. And yeah, this is the final look, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this hair series. I hope that it inspires you to play around with your hair and not rock the same hairstyle over and over again. I know it's so frustrating, especially when you want to look cute but you don't know what to do with your hair. So yeah, let me know which favorite hair look is your favorite, and also let me know if you would like to see me recreate this makeup look. I think it's so cute, it's so fresh, it's so springy. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.